Kelly, and I'm from the Management Study Guide's content team. In this course, we will talk about basics of strategic game theory for managers in detail. Let's get started. Let us now understand what game theory is all about. There are various kinds of games that people play in real life. You must have played any one or few of the following games. The game of drivers maneuvering in heavy traffic. Auctioning game, played by bargain hunters bidding on e-commerce or online shopping sites. Bargaining game, played by a company and its union of workers trying to negotiate next year's wage rise and bonus payout. Political games, played by two opposing candidates contesting in an election. Economic game, played by a shop owner who decides on the kind of discounts and offers to offer their customers. The game of love, played by a man and a woman who try to capture each other's attention and love. Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin played dictatorship and hate game that killed off a significant fraction of the world's population. Hence, you can understand that games are played in any situation when human beings interact with each other. Likewise, even companies can be considered to be living entities that play games with each other. You can understand that there are a wide range of fields in which games are played. This way, game theory could be applied to predict how people will play the many games of which social life largely consists. So, you would think that game theory would become the all-purpose cure of all the world's problems arising due to human interactions. However, you should understand that game theory is not able to solve all of the world's problems. This is due to the fact that game theory works only when people play games rationally and using reason. So, you should understand that game theory cannot predict the irrational behaviors in the love games of teenagers or the hate games of dictators such as Hitler and Stalin. The interesting thing is that most people do not behave irrationally. This is especially so in the case of businesses and organizations. All business actions and decisions are made after rational and logical thinking. In the early years of game theory, it had seen a lot of theoretical success. However, for practical applications, strategists had dismissed it as being just another ineffectual branch of social science. This outlook was completely changed after the U.S. government decided to auction off the right to use various radio frequencies for use with cellular telephones. This was the first time that spectrum or radio bandwidth auctions were being conducted, and so there were no established experts in that field. This was where the invaluable advice of game theorists proved crucial. Their advice proved to be critical in determining the design of the rules of the auctioning games that were used in auctioning of the spectrum bandwidths. Spectrum auctions proved to be so successful that a profit of $20 billion was made. Therefore, you can understand that an understanding of game theory is crucial for businesses as well as its managers to predict the actions and moves of the people around them, including their competitors. Let us learn about basics of game theory for managers in detail. Let's review the course objectives. Explain what is the game theory. Explain the basic elements of a game. Explain the importance of game theory. Explain cooperative and non-cooperative game theory. Explain what is zero-sum and non-zero-sum game. Explain what is a payoff matrix. Explain what is a normal form game. Explain what is the prisoner's dilemma. Explain what is Nash equilibrium. Describe pure and mixed strategy Nash equilibrium. Explain how to use the game tree. Describe how to anticipate others' behavior in game. Explain steps to apply game theory. List applications of game theory in strategic management. Explain how managers can use game theory. What is the game theory? The main aim of a game theory is to study the consequences of or find out what happens when self-interested parties or agents interact with each other. You should understand that the word self-interest in the context of game theory means that the involved each party or agent has their own description of which states of the world they like. This may even include good things happening to other agents. Basic elements of a game. You should first understand what games are before you can understand concepts about game theory. Any game consists of 3 basic elements. They are a set of participants who play the game, also known as players. The moves that each player may make, also known as actions. The scores that each player gains at the end of the game, also known as payoffs. The Prisoner's Dilemma is a game which involves a story. There are various different ways in which this story can be narrated. However, the essence of the game is that it involves 2 suspected criminals and police investigators. Also, the game involves the willingness of the suspects to confess to a crime that happens to be not committed by them. Let us now try to understand the dominant strategy Nash equilibrium through the popular game of rock, paper, and scissors that kids mostly play. How to anticipate others' behavior in a game. The following are a few strategies that you can use to anticipate the other player's behavior in a game. Evolution or adaptation, dominance, justifiable, rationalizability, equilibrium, communication. Let's look at each one of them in detail. Step 2. Predict the moves of the players. The second step towards applying game theory is to predict the moves of the players. So, after a manager has identified the relevant players of the game, they should then try to gauge and understand the behavior and motives of these players. Recommendations for managers to use game theory in management. The following are a few recommendations that managers can use to apply game theory in business management. Number 1, managers can apply game theory in business management in situations where 2 people or more than 2 people are involved in any kind of environment, whether stable, changing, or informatics environment. Number 2, managers should always bear in mind that game theory is relevant in a game of strategy rather than a game of chance. Hence, it is crucial that managers who would like to use game theory must gain the necessary skills to apply game theory. This is important because the final result of the game depends on the skill and strategy adopted by the players of the game. This is just a demo of the complete course. With every course, you get to view the course content online, download the PowerPoint presentation, and get the course completion certificate. With new courses added regularly, we offer a continuous learning platform. Join our premium membership plan and get access to unlimited courses. All of our plans are backed up by a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you are not completely satisfied, we'll give you a full refund. We are so confident that you'll enjoy the membership that we're willing to let you try at our risk, not yours.